I'm not really into anime in the way I think most people who like anime are into anime. Like, I don't like anime. I am just into anime as a side effect of being into moe, right? Like, I have a categorical attraction to moe as a sort of concept. If a show has moe in it, if anything has moe in it, I'm gonna like it at least a little bit. It doesn't have to be that good on any other level. In fact, you'll find if you go on like my anime list and stuff that most of the stuff I like that doesn't have moe in it, in order for me to like it, if it doesn't have moe, it has to be really good. So you'll find that things that aren't moe tend to either be really low scored or shoot right to the top of my list because I'm not going to like it if it doesn't have moe in it unless it's really good. Um, and anime is just the best medium that I've found so far that has the two features of moe and short attention span having no thank you. Um, so, the other mediums are really that have a lot of moe in them. You got anime, you got visual novels, and you got manga. Right? Now, manga, I just don't think is a very good vehicle for moe because in manga you cut out like half of the things that can make a character cute. Um, uh, so take like K-On! For example. Like half the moe in K-On! Comes from the direction and animation. Sorry, I just ate way too much pasta. I sort of like eyeballed the portion size. And I eyeballed it fucking way off. I don't know what's going on with my eyeballs, but they did not guess correctly that was too much pasta for one man, and I am now very full of pasta, and my body is rejecting it, and so I'm falling apart. And I thought I could talk it off by ranting about anime. So like half of the things that make the characters in the K-On! Anime cute is the way they're animated. Like you'll see Yui, her hair is expressive, right? Like when she's excited about something, she has sort of a squash and stretch to her, but like her hair will animate and her clothes will sort of like fly up in an unrealistic way to show her mood, right? And then she's also shot with angles that like and timings, cut editing pacing that demonstrates the cuteness. And this is one of my problems with the Komi-san anime that's airing right now, which is not directed by Yamada Naoko, and so therefore does not have the fucking auteur genius of how to make a girl look cute in an anime. And so Komi-san only looks good about 50% of the time, and the rest she's shot from weird angles that make her look weird. Because the artists, the actual animators, are really talented on Komi-san, right? They know how to draw this 3D object that only exists in the minds of them accurately from all angles. So they draw her accurately from weird angles that the director has chosen to shoot her from in the storyboards, or the storyboard artist has chosen. And so she looks weird because they draw her accurately. Whereas Yamada Naoko will firstly only choose to shoot her characters from places that accentuate their charm points, as the Japanese would say, and also she knows how to direct her animators to draw the characters maybe slightly off model when it would serve the purposes of the narrative. Um, so you lose all of that. You lose all of that, and colors as well. You lose all of that in manga. You don't get the cutesy animations that you get in K-On! There's another anime which I'm going to talk about hopefully in an upcoming video called Mahou Shoujo Nante. Hold on a second. Okay, English title was something like I Don't Want to Be a Magical Girl Anymore. And that show does also a great job. Same director as the first season of fucking Yamano Susume, and this director is also really good at that. If you watch the first season of Yamano Susume and this I Don't Want to Be a Magical Girl Anymore, or whatever the fuck the show's called, this person does it, I think it's a guy, he does it really well as well, where the characters sort of emote through their animation really well in really cute moe ways. You lose all of that in manga. You also lose one of the keys to cute girls, which is voice acting. You don't get voice acting in a manga, right? Voice acting can make or break moe, right? Take Kamichu, one of my favorite shows with one of the cutest girls of all time, and she's cute because of her voice actress. Brilliant performance from whoever the fuck. I should look that up, really. Oh, bending down is a mistake when your belly is full of too much pasta. Man, I can't stress how I ate too much pasta just now. And it was not like light. It was not a light sauce. It was pasta alla amatriciana, which is a quite fatty sauce with guanciale in it. And it's doing a number to me, man. Let's see. Let's see what the main character's voice actress is in Kamichu. She was also just very well directed as well. So it's not just that her performance is good, although it is. Meiko is her name. Mako Sakurai. What's she done? She's done all sorts of stuff. She's done too much stuff to read. But anyway, she's great in the show, and she elevates what would be a very cute girl to being a top 10 cutest of all time character moe moves, you know? You don't get any of that in manga. And as if, in case you think I'm just conjecturing, right? I've actually experimented with this, because being into manga is much more practical than being into anime. You can read manga very quickly compared to watching anime. You know, you're not limited on time. And also, you can read manga pretty much anywhere, unlike anime. So it would be very practical to get into manga. So, first I heard people tell me that it seems to be a widely held opinion, that the manga of Azumanga Daioh is better than the anime. I read the manga of Azumanga Daioh because it's not better than the anime. The anime is significantly better because of the things I talked about. The animation, even limited as it is a lot of where the comedy comes from and a lot of where the cuteness comes from. And the voice acting is also brilliant in Azumanga Daioh, and you miss out on all of that in the manga. I also think the timing in the anime, the comedic timing of editing and animation is really good, and you obviously don't get any of that in the Yonkoma manga, although the manga is still pretty good. I just think the anime is the superior version, personally. I have also tried reading the manga of Hidamari Sketch. I realised that half the reason I like that show is for the directing and shaftisms that aren't present in the manga, and also you miss out on Yuno's voice, which is just a damn shame. You know, no one should ever have to miss out on Yuno's voice. I've read the manga of Ichigo Marshmallow, which I thought was pretty good, but again, not as good as the show. The show's just funnier. Although that's partly because the scan was terrible. Like, there doesn't seem to be a very good quality scan of Ichigo Marshmallow. Like, it's kind of trash. It's kind of bad. And, so yeah, it kind of looked like shit. But, you know, I like the anime more than the manga from what I read. I read quite a lot of it, actually. It's probably the furthest I've gotten is Azumanga Daioh and Ichigo Marshmallow. I also... basically what I'm saying is I've done this shit, right? Obviously, the manga for K-On! Is not very good. Like, there's a fucking reason that the K-On! Anime is better than the manga. Cute Girls manga don't work very well, except unless it's Yotsubato. But even Yotsubato, I think, would be really good in animation, but it's never going to happen. Yeah. Gotta take a break. Smoke break, drink break. Okay, now, visual novels. Visual novels are great. You don't quite get the same level of animation you get in anime, obviously, but you can still do effective moe. For example, Magical Marriage Lunatics, Koi ni Kanmi o Suete. These are some great moe-focused-ish eroge. Now, the thing about eroge is once you've played any eroge, you can never watch harem shows again, where the protagonist just, for some reason, doesn't want to have sex with all of the beautiful women that surround him for no reason, because you realise how narratively unsatisfying that is after you've played any eroge, where the characters fuck, you know? And, so that's one thing that eroge will ruin for you, in a good way, because then you get a bunch of eroge to read. But also, you know, a lot of these moe shows aren't considered to be sort of classics of their genres, even though I consider them to be, and a lot of, maybe you guys really like them. They are fairly niche, and oftentimes underappreciated, right? Like, a lot of moe shows you'll find on Mao, they end up with sort of 7s, right? And even sometimes really good shows end up with like 5s and stuff. Whereas, like, you know, the more obviously good, wide appealing stuff is the stuff that doesn't have moe in it and ends up in the 8 or 9 range, right? And the same is true of visual novels, except that the efforts at translating visual novels are really far behind the efforts of translating anime. So a lot of the moe focused visual novels never get translated into English. Um, Normally, it's the more emotional focused, plot focused visual novels that actually get translated because that's what they think American audiences and Western audiences are going to like. Not appealing to me. Why aren't they appealing to me personally? It's disgusting, really. Um, whew, man, that pasta is doing a fucking number on me, man. I'm getting out of breath just talking. I've started sweating. I don't know if you can see that. I can't stress that I ate way too much pasta and guanciale tomato alla gricia sauce. Whew. Not gonna make that mistake again. Was fucking delicious though. If you've never made pasta alla, I said gricia, it's not alla gricia, it's alla amatriciana. If you've never made pasta alla amatriciana before, I highly recommend it. That was delicious, but don't eat as much of it as I just did. Whew. Um, Great video, no thank you. No thank you slowly dies from eating pasta while manically ranting about anime. That would be a that'll be a good title, right? Something like that. So yeah, I as I said, like the only shonen anime, like I'm not into shonen because shonen until fairly recently, um, didn't really involve moe, right? And even the modern shonen that do involve moe, like Food Wars is one that I saw. It's not the focus, and it's normally not very good compared to shows where that's the actual focus. Um, and so you know, you watch. I basically really liked. I've watched of all the like big shonen sort of format. You know, like One Punch Man is a shonen, but it's in 24 episode seasons. It's like it's not a long running shonen, right? The big like pretty much the only big long running shonen I've watched and liked is Hunter x Hunter, which I loved. I really enjoyed watching it. It's not in my top 10 or anything, but it's a great show. I really liked it. Um, and so after finishing that, you know, that's the best shonen. You're not going to get a better shonen anime than Hunter x Hunter. It's the best one. And so I watched it and I thought, I like the tournament arc. I've heard that Yu Yu Hakusho tournament arc is even better than the Hunter x Hunter tournament arc. So I watched 66 episodes of Yu Yu Hakusho to the end of the Dark Tournament arc, only to say, actually, the Hunter x Hunter one was significantly better. That was okay. And then I dropped Yu Yu Hakusho. And then I really never watched another long running shonen after that because none of them are going to be as good as Hunter x Hunter. Maybe One Piece, I don't know. One Piece is too fucking long. Um, and that's another problem with like fucking cute girls anime, as in like Mahou Shoujo anime and eroge, is because they're too long and I have no attention span. You know, I can watch a 13 episode show, that'd be good. Maybe 5 minute episodes, 3 minute episodes. You know, Take You is like one of my favorite shows of all time. Uh, I like that. Um, man, I feel like I'm fucking pregnant. Oh my god. Whew. It's my lungs. The reason I'm out of breath is because my lungs don't have enough room to expand because they keep running into my stomach. Um, but I have no attention span. I find it tedious to stick. Even things that I'm enjoying. Like I really enjoyed Kamen Rider W. I was really loving it, but I never finished it because it's so long. And even though I was having fun watching it, after like 25 episodes, 26 episodes or whatever, I might have been more, 30 episodes, don't remember. Um, you know, I just sort of lost interest. Even though it was a good show, I just sort of lost interest. Same with Cardcaptor Sakura. I watched like maybe a quarter or third of that show and then sort of lost interest. Just because it's so long and it's quite repetitive. You know, I would even levy the same accusation at Utena, but, you know, some people say the point of the repetitiveness of Utena is kind of the point, but I don't really understand how that's the case. I don't really like Ikuhara that much. I like the visuals in Utena, but I don't think it's as good a show as people make it out to be. Sorry guys. It's just my opinion. It's a really pretty show, but I don't think it actually has as much to say as you think it does. Um, anyway, there's my rant about fucking, what was I? No Thank You dies after eating too much pasta, and in his dying moments, rants about anime. So yeah, basically visual novels are like the great because they're like moe, but you get even more of it, and um, they can be even more hyper focused because they are visual novels cost like you can watch an anime for free if you live in Japan because they air on television. Not sure if people really take this into account, right? Like you have to make an anime that is still wide appealing enough for at least like maybe 4,000 people to go out and buy the Blu-rays in order to actually continue existence as a company. Whereas with visual novels, you buy the product first, so you can make it as niche as you want and still make a profit. And they're even more hyper targeted, but then all the good moe ones never get translated, or some of them do, but it's hard to find them. And sometimes you get a visual novel that markets itself as kind of like moe, like a Dracuriot, for example. I like all the Ubisoft stuff, right? It kind of markets itself as moe, and then you go into it, and it's like, oh, this is cool, and then it becomes a plot. I don't want a fucking plot. I don't want a fucking plot. Go away. I just want to see cute girls, or like my Tetsu, you know, like oh look at these cute oh we have to do melodrama. Oh fuck off, man. I just want to see them hanging out, or all of them are like this. Like the common route in fucking Grisaya is great. It's like some of the best slice of life in any medium. But then each of the characters' routes suck because they do plot stuff. I don't want a plot. I could still like something. It's so annoying. But you know, Grisaya is really well known and liked by everyone, so you shouldn't expect it to be good. Um, I should probably look more into moe visual novels that have actually been translated, or moege as they're known in Japan, um, before I start talking shit, because I think more of them have been translated than I'm giving it credit for. I just haven't really deep dived it yet because they're a lot of commitment. You have to read a lot. You have to read a lot of stuff. Visual novels are long. Not sure if you noticed. They're like 50 hours long standard. 20 to 50 hours. It's like a lot longer than anime. 20 hours is like 4 or 5 times as long as I don't know. I can't do maths. Anime is like 5 hours long. It's a lot of hours, is what I'm trying to say. And then you get ones that are like they do slice of life when you don't want them to. like sometimes the plot's good and then they interrupt the plot to do slice of life stuff. But it's like why don't just give me the plot for fuck's sake. Like Higurashi. Like Higurashi, right? Like I like the plot of Higurashi. It's really interesting. Unfortunately, I have to dig through 50 hours of mediocre slice of life. I'm sorry, Higurashi fans, but the slice of life scenes in Higurashi are not that good. They're good, but they're not as good as the mystery. If you want to know what happens, it just feels like it's getting in its way. That's all I'm saying. Man, sitting down was a fucking mistake. God, this is terrible. Alright. So yeah.